is so much talk about artificial intelligence, AI. With the coming of Chatgpt, everybody seems to be talking about it. Every business is trying to see how to integrate ChatGPT or artificial intelligence with the business. What is it going to do to them? There's a lot of uncertainty, and people are trying to figure out what is the best way it is going to work for them. I must have seen about 100 plus videos on artificial intelligence. I was trying to see if somebody has come up with a video talking about what artificial intelligence is going to do for the travel industry, and unfortunately, I did not come across anything. So I put in a little bit of time and did some research, and pretty surprising results what have come out. Let me show it to you what I found when I was researching what artificial intelligence, and in this particular case I just used ChatGPT, what it could do for the travel agencies and what is the impact and what should we be ready for. So the first question that I asked ChatGPT was, with the plethora of data that you have at your disposal, I want you to make a prediction. Does AI have the potential to give customers better advice than the travel agents when it comes to planning a holiday and then helping them book the same? I further wanted it to write in a friendly tone, in a conversational writing style using English language. And here's the answer I got. As an AI language model, I'm happy to assist you with your question based on the available data and trends. I can say that AI has the potential to provide customers with better advice when it comes to planning a holiday and helping them book the same. One of the primary advantages of AI over travel agents is its ability to quickly process vast amounts of data and provide personalized recommendations based on the customer's preference and budget. AI algorithms can analyze data from multiple sources, including customer reviews, social media, and historical travel patterns to suggest the best possible travel options for the customer. Furthermore, AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants can provide 24/7 customer support and respond to queries instantly, making the booking process more convenient and efficient for customers. Now here comes the disclaimer. However, it's essential to note that AI is not a replacement for human expertise and personal touch. Travel agents can offer a level of personalized service and human interaction that AI may not be able to replicate fully. Additionally, travel agents may have insider knowledge and experience that can't be easily quantified by data and algorithms. In conclusion, AI has the potential to provide customers with better advice and assistance when planning and booking a holiday. But human expertise and personal touch remain valuable in the travel industry. Ultimately, the choice between using AI or travel agents will depend on individual preferences and requirements. Please understand, this is still the early days. How it evolves over the next 4 to 6 months when more and more data is added is actually going to be the time when we'll come to know what it really or truly can do. But the choice, the last line, ultimately the choice between using artificial intelligence or travel agents will depend upon individual preferences and requirements. And if I was the customer today and I wanted to have a conversation and I wanted to take decision right now, I think artificial intelligence would be the first point of reference for me. Now I wanted to see what happens when I give it a task. So I gave it a prompt asking it, imagining you are a destination expert for Europe. An Indian client wants to spend 14 days visiting the highlights of Europe and do it in a manner that is most efficient and does not involve backtracking. Furthermore, the client wants good accommodation in the range of 60 to 80 euros a night. Can you recommend an itinerary which would help them achieve this? Once again, I wanted it to write in a friendly tone, conversational writing style using English language. The answer I got, absolutely. As a destination expert for Europe, I'd be happy to help plan an itinerary that fits your requirements. For a 14-day trip, I would recommend starting in Paris and then traveling through several major cities in Europe before ending in Amsterdam. Here is a sample itinerary that covers the highlights of Europe, cost-effective and efficient manner. Day 1 to 4, Paris. Day 5 to 7, Barcelona. Day 8 to 10, Rome. Day 11 to 12, Venice. Day 13 to 14, Amsterdam. For accommodation, I recommend looking for budget hotels or hostels that offer rooms within your budget of 60 to 80 euros a night. You can consider services like Airbnb or Booking.com to find the good deals on accommodation. Now listen to this here. It did not even once say go to a travel agent. It says you can consider using services like Airbnb or Booking.com. I wanted to change this a little. I said, what if he wants to also include Switzerland in this? In a conversation style, it replied back, sure, if the client would like to include Switzerland in their itinerary, we can adjust the plan to make it happen. And here is the updated itinerary. So now it went from day 1 to 4 to Paris, to Barcelona, to Rome, then it took me to Lucerne, day 13 to 14 Amsterdam. Now, to make this itinerary more cost effective, I would suggest taking overnight trains or buses to save on accommodation costs while traveling between cities. For accommodation in Switzerland, we can look for budget hotels or hostels that offer you rooms. I hope this updated itinerary meets your requirement and provides a fantastic travel experience through Europe, including Switzerland. So look at this. Now it is purely conversational. When summing it up, it told me that accommodation in Switzerland, we can look for budget hotels, and then the conclusion line, I hope this updated itinerary. Now that's truly conversational, much better than what a lot of travel agents would be able to tell them. Then I asked it this question, how can I book this itinerary? Now here it says book through a travel agency. You can reach out to a reputable travel agency that specializes in European travel and provide them with your itinerary. They can take care of booking flights, trains and accommodations for you. But then it also says book online. It also says book directly with airlines and hotels. When booking your flights and accommodation, make sure to check for any discounts or promotions that can help you save money. It is also a good idea to book your flights and accommodation as early as possible. Then I said, okay, lastly, can you make the option with Switzerland into a detailed itinerary? And again, the same usual thing that write in a friendly tone, conversational writing style English language. I wanted to see if it can give me a detailed itinerary or not. So it did. Day 1, arrival into Paris, check into your accommodation and explore the city at your leisure. Day 2 and 3, visit this. Day 4, travel to Barcelona. Spend rest of the day exploring Gothic Quarter. Day 5 and 6, Barcelona. Visit the Park Güell, the Sagrada Familia and the Picasso Museum. Day 7, travel to Rome. Take a train to Rome and check into your accommodation. Day 8 and 9, visit iconic attractions like the Colosseum, Vatican, the Trevi Fountain. Then day 10, travel to Lucerne, take a train to Lucerne. Day 11, Lucerne, then travel to Venice. Now here it just got a little confused. It actually, instead of taking me from Lucerne straightly to Amsterdam, it made me backtrack to Venice and then from Venice go to Amsterdam. Okay, that's fine. That's just a little bit of an error. Having done all of it, I was able to figure out that it can give you a detailed itinerary as well. So things that we used to wait earlier to get from the suppliers, you can actually now start getting from here. So that's one way I can see travel agents using it, improving your turnaround time and being more efficient with the itinerary. Now, I wanted to test it a little further and I said, what is the best hotel in a budget of 60 to 80 euros a night in Frankfurt city center? I only want hotels which have a 4+ on Google reviews and a 4+ on TripAdvisor. It said, based on your criteria of a budget of 60 to 80 euros a night and a minimum of rating of 4 on Google and TripAdvisor, I would recommend Hotel Europa Life. This hotel is located in the heart of Frankfurt city center and offers modern room with free Wi-Fi, air conditioning and flat screen TVs. On Google, this is the rating. On TripAdvisor, this is the rating. But it went a step ahead and it said, other highly rated budget hotel options or budget options in Frankfurt city center and that meet your criteria include Monopole, Excelsior and Villa Oriental. All these hotels have a rating of 4+ on both Google and TripAdvisor. I hope this helps you find the perfect hotel for your stay in Frankfurt. Then I said further, where can I find the best deals for Hotel Europe Life? It says, check on the hotel's official website, check online travel agencies like Booking.com, Expedia, Hotels.com, and then it gives me a usual tips of what to do, including consider booking through a travel agent. Now I wanted to test it. Since Switzerland is a pretty popular destination, I said, imagining that you have a 30+ years of experience of dealing with Indian travelers and are an authority on how Indian traveler thinks, what kind of itinerary would you propose for travel to Switzerland where they can see all important sites and also Bollywood sites? It straight away jumped into it and said, as an expert in dealing with Indian travelers for over 30 years, I understand that they tend to have a particular interest in exploring locations that are featured in popular Bollywood movies. Therefore, I would propose an itinerary for travel to Switzerland that includes a mix of popular attractions as well as Bollywood film locations. Then it goes to Zurich, tells me that when you're exploring the city of Zurich, Bollywood location here was DDLJ Bridge, Bahnhofstrasse and other sites of DDLJ. Then in Lucerne, it tells me that Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge was shot here. Also in Interlaken, it tells me that has been featured in many Bollywood films. In Zermatt, it tells me that it has been featured in Jab Tak Hai Jaan. In Montreux, it tells me that it was featured in An Evening in Paris and Dil Se. In Geneva, it is again telling me that it's been featured in several Bollywood films. Then same for Lausanne. Lausanne, it tells me that the beautiful vineyards of Lavaux have been featured in several Bollywood movies. Again, I got the reply I wanted. It gave me a 14-day itinerary only for Switzerland, gave me the movie sites. Now, then I went ahead and I said, as an Indian traveler, I am a fussy eater. Prefer only Indian vegetarian food. Can you give me a list of restaurants for the Switzerland itinerary you just provided? And it said, as an Indian traveler, I completely understand your dietary preferences for vegetarian food. Luckily, Switzerland has a variety of restaurants. And it went and gave me a list of restaurants in practically every city that it has proposed in the itinerary. Guys, think about it. This is more information than most of the travel agents who are selling Europe have at their disposal. Next, I wanted to check what would it tell me if I wanted to check about Northern Lights, because that's an itinerary where I've seen the maximum resistance of DMCs. Some of the DMCs in Norway and Iceland and these places have started asking for money from the Indian travel agents before they give an itinerary. Well, I don't need to be dependent on them anymore. I can actually get the entire itinerary here as I just got here. So again, giving the same command, imagining you are a specialist for Northern Lights. I'm an Indian traveler wanting to experience Northern Lights. What would the perfect itinerary, what would be a perfect itinerary if I'm on a budget and want to see Northern Lights? I have 7 days available and we are a family of 3 wanting to share one room. It gave me a complete itinerary and also told me it offers a mix of cultural experiences, outdoor activities and Northern Light viewing options. You'll be sharing one room to help the keys cost down. And then I said, give me a cost for this itinerary. So it said that the cost of this itinerary will depend on a number of factors. It was a pretty vague reply. I did not agree with it. Then I said, okay, let me rephrase the question. I asked it, what is the best time to see Northern Lights? It gave me the best time to see Northern Lights. Then I said, okay, given the fact that I would like to travel in November and have a tight budget, what would the above itinerary cost me? So it said that traveling in November is a great time to see Northern Lights and we would be happy to help plan your budget friendly trip. It again gave me the entire itinerary. Then it told me the cost, which was, and then it gave me the cost, which was around $2,500 to $3,500 per person. Then I said, who would be the best agent in Tromsø to book this? Then it gave me a list of the travel companies to book it. And then I further wanted to ask it, if I was to choose only one of the above agents, who would it be? Then it said, okay, as an AI language model, I cannot recommend a specific travel agent. So that means it's trying to prevent bias, as it would be biased and subjective. However, based on their reputation and reviews, Tromsø Safari and Arctic Travel Company are both popular and reputable travel agents in Tromsø. Now think about it. If I was a client who was wanting to book direct, I have gotten practically all the information I need, including the name of who are the 2 companies I should be writing to. This for me is a change happening in the travel industry, and it could get a little rough for companies who are thinking that the way we have always done business, we can continue to do business like that even now. Here you have it. This is surprising. You know, unless and until we do something drastic, we do something to differentiate us. As you saw in one of the videos, the answer Chatgpt gave was, I'm able to give better advice to the customers, and see it in context that the new generation of travelers is going to be the Generation Z, who is totally familiar with using mobile phones, searching for anything, and for them, ChatGPT is just, or artificial intelligence is just the natural progression. And rather than speaking to a human being and giving the questions and waiting for a day to get the answers, they might as well ask it to the engine, the artificial intelligence engine, and with the access that the artificial intelligence has to the data, it will be able to give them a result much quicker. Does that mean that travel agencies are going to become redundant? Specialists know any itinerary you're booking where a lot of moving components are there, absolutely you would be needed, but then you need to go into that niche, you need to go into that segment. If you're just booking trips which are easy to plan, take the case of Dubai for example, or Bali for that matter, then it is only a matter of time before OTAs will have this baked into it, where people will be able to ask a direct question into the OTA search engine and get a direct answer, which is the best hotel for them, what is the best price point. So, yes, we are ready for a change. In the next 6 to 8 months, I predict that there is going to be a complete transformation, and a lot of travel companies who are not doing any innovation, you are going to become irrelevant. Sorry to say this, but this is how it appears right now. So I hope you take it as a sign now that it is time to upgrade your offerings, it's time to change and implement these. If you need help, please feel free to get in touch with me, drop me an email, let me book a discovery call with you and understand where you are right now in your journey and what can we do to make you more relevant. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.